He's live already.
Let's go.
All right, so
Live already.
we are live. We are live for Unspooled
We are live.
episode. What is this? 18? I even losing track. Episode 18.
Episode
We
18.
are. We have an
Yes.
awesome guest with us tonight. We'll just again brief.
Yeah.
I'm just going to check in with Steve like we normally do. How you doing, Steve? How was your week?
I'm good. It was cool.
Or I should say weekend.
An eventless week.
Yeah, that's nice. So,
Yeah.
Snapmaker thing last night, which was kind of cool. That's why I'm so tired this morning. But
Yeah.
So
that
nothing.
was cool.
What are we? 19 days away from 3D Printopia? Something like that. 18, 19.
Yeah, and I think they moved about they average about 150 units a day with the U1.
Oh,
but yeah. So it was cool. It would be cool if they were actually still coming to 3D Printopia.
Yeah,
that's it. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay.
Nothing else Snapmaker related.
So do we just want to cut to the chase and bring in the guest of the hour and?
No. Let's talk. Let's talk for a bit. What else?
Just talk for a
little bit. We always go like.
I'm excited.
Headlong into it.
I'm
Let's
excited.
give people a little bit more time to get in here.
I like the guests.
Listen, I'm printing
like
right now. Let me take this back. I'm printing. It's not 3D Pre related.
I can hear.
It's not 3D
I think it's
Printopia related.
Is it your A1?
It's the Centauri. It's the Centauri. The A1 is done. I was printing this little tiny little baby crown, but I forgot to enable supports on it.
Yeah.
But it's a customizable crown, so you can put.
Oh yeah, you said you were doing that.
On it.
Yeah.
I had another one.
Did you do that in open? You did that in OpenSCAD?
Pretty cool. Oh yeah, man! I love OpenSCAD.
Yep.
I did it in OpenSCAD, and this one's a baby crown. It says it's my birthday.
That's cool.
But, I can make whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, I like
whatever.
I like OpenSCAD with the easily editable text and stuff. That's nice.
Yeah.
Oh
God.
The camera's tweaking out.
Crap this pants.
So we've got let's see who we have with it. We have Laser 3D, CNC, the Shrimp Father, Tech Cheaper, Fern Dog, Jonathan, CWTN, Ash Prince, Additive Adam, GTR Dad, Curio Junkie. Hey guys, hey everybody, welcome. Hope everybody's doing well.
Yep.
Zombie. And I'm gonna.
I think my stream might have froze. Oh no, I paused it. Never mind.
You paused it.
Sorry.
Oh, so we've got a first time chatter.
I was using.
First time chatter in Walloze. Walloze? Did I get that right? Walloze. How are you?
Walloze?
I think Walloze. If we're saying that right, let us know. If we butchered it, also let us know. Killa Prince, how you doing? So Killa Prince is the guy who I found out about the Antithesis printer from. This thing.
Yeah.
This thing.
That thing looks pretty cool.
Yeah, it's fun.
I don't know when he has time to print outside of making other printers though, because he's always making machines.
Yeah. So myself. Hey Killa, how are you doing? I know I'm going to get it going hopefully in the next couple weeks, but we'll see. I don't know if I'll have it going before 3D Printopia just because I got a bunch of stuff to do. But yeah, it's really cool. And then actually one of the other guys, if he's going to be in chat, Stay Creepin', a.k.a. Hadron, he is also building the Antithesis. So he's ordered a bunch of stuff. So hey, Peekaboo. So...
Hey guys, if I'm chunking pretty bad, I don't know what's going on. Just stream together and mix just don't mix. So feel free to hop over to Moji Stream. I'm not gonna be sad about it at all.
Yeah, you look good on my side. Yeah.
I'm looking at it on my iPad and it looks like an old Gumby animation.
Yeah, it looks okay for me though. Hopefully everybody else is seeing it okay.
Okay.
But like I said, your audio is good too, so that's okay. At least they can hear you.
Cool.
Mac and Stream together do not exactly like each other, but maybe I think Pezliz, who we have coming on in about 2 minutes, I think she's a Mac user, so maybe she's got some tricks of the trade.
They use something else. I already asked.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, what do you use? They use Streamlabs.
Yeah, I used to use Streamlabs.
I was like, how do you do it?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think Streamlabs.
So
you ready to
you know what we gotta do? We do it sometimes. We gotta have like intros for these people, for like the awesome people that we have on as guests. We usually let them introduce themselves, but we gotta like we need to like drum roll it.
Roll it,
music or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We'll have to have them like give us their intros prior to, so that we don't like butcher them ahead of time. But we both know Pezliz enough. We probably could have rocked that out, no problem. Plus, everybody knows.
We introduce them like Michael Buffer style.
I don't even think. Do we even really have to introduce Pezliz? Just it's Pez.
I don't think we do.
Everybody knows it.
I don't think we do.
Yeah.
All right, now, so let's get her in here.
All right, so here we go, guys. Ladies and gents, welcome, Pezliz. How are you doing?
Good. Do I have sound and everything?
Are we good?
You do. We got you.
Okay, good.
Video and audio. Can everybody hear Pez? Okay.
Sound
GTR
is good.
Dad says sound is good. All right.
It's like the first thing that happens. Of course, it's always like, how's the sound? How's the sound?
Yeah. So audio is always the thing that messes up.
There we go.
To work on the Mac, we did all kinds of weird stuff in the settings. So K2 Kevin was my tech director for that layer by layer. So.
Yeah, I actually switched. I actually switched from my Mac to my Windows, my gaming PC for streaming, just because it handles it so much better. The Mac's good for editing, but for streaming, I had issues. But hopefully, we can get Steve figured out. But
I feel like my audio, real quick.
Yeah,
I think my audio is like way off because Pez is not talking, and I heard her talking.
Oh, yeah,
and then you were talking, and she was talking at the same time.
She sounds good on mine.
I'm just I'm actually a ventriloquist.
On the count of three, everyone.
Everyone.
I don't know.
Check. Hi. 1, 2.
I don't know. It's weird. I'm gonna turn my camera off. Maybe that'll speed things up for me.
Okay.
I don't know.
So, welcome.
Then we don't get to see your face.
Yeah, I know. Even pixelated, it's a beautiful face, Steve.
It is.
It's too laggy.
So, but anyways, welcome, Pez. How are you?
I'm good.
Yeah.
Good.
How are you been?
Busy.
Yes. So.
in a good way.
Yes. So you've got some new stuff happening. We've got 3D Printopia coming literally 3 weeks away. What is it? 2.5?
Yeah, like 18 days or something like that until I leave. Something crazy like that. So
in the Pezliz world, what's kind of going on right now? Like, what do you got? What do you got going on?
Well, I just I guess the biggest thing is I just renewed a contract with Polymaker.
Yep.
So not only am I doing my weekly show, Imprinting Color, where of course I showcase Polymaker filaments and talk about how to use them and all that sort of thing. I've also sort of accepted a role. I have accepted a role, not sort of. I've accepted a role as a liaison between Polymaker and designers. So with that, there's a couple different things. The first thing is I'm connecting with designers and sort of approaching them, or they're approaching me and saying, what Polymaker materials do you think would work best with your models? Doesn't matter what type of models they make.
Yep.
And seeing how they can work with Polymaker, whether they're printing things in Polymaker materials and it's going to appear on the Polymaker website, in Polymaker promotional materials, is something that they can share with their audience. Their Patreons and their other places that they share their wares.
Yeah.
And also, of course, one thing that we know that's a big problem and has always been a problem is filament companies using people's models without any acknowledgement and any attribution. So we're sort of working to make sure that's something that Polymaker shows to be as a good example.
Yeah.
And then the other part of that is I have another weekly show on Saturday evenings called Pezliz Presents. It's either gonna be if it's not on Saturdays, it's gonna be a Sunday evening.
Yep.
But I'll have an evening show called Pezliz Presents. So it will either be like I did last week, an interview with a designer. So I interviewed Bearded Printer.
Saw that.
And brought him into the fold.
Yeah.
Or we will go on the search for designers for particular collections or holidays. Or it will be a showcase of either one particular designer or designers that are working with Polymaker. So, and then
cool.
of course, so at this point, I'm streaming every single day except for Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Yeah.
Because this has become a full-time thing too. So I'm doing the Twitch thing full-time.
Nice.
So
that's cool. That's awesome. And it's even just doing it one day a week, with Steve and I, it once you start doing it and you're being scheduled and diligent in it every week, when you start doing 2, 3, 4 days like that, it's a lot of work. I think people think that it's just like, oh, you're at home and you're just on camera, but there's a lot of prep work that goes into it.
No, it's a lot.
Yeah.
And you do a lot of solo shows, which is even crazier because, like, for me, I think I need someone to like bounce stuff off of.
It's definitely helpful.
We kind of did this because we knew that we needed someone to bounce stuff off, at least to start off.
Yeah, and having like a counterpart has kept me. Well, how do I put this? Kept me in it, right? Because there's been a couple. We've been doing this 18 weeks in a row, and we haven't missed one. But there has been a couple weeks during that where I'm like, oh man, I just don't feel good, or I'm a little tired, and if I was just doing it myself, I might be like, no stream tonight. We'll catch you guys next week.
Well, I got started by doing a show with Zombie.
Yep.
So Zombie Hedgehog and I started. We were actually just by voice on MakerDeck.
Yeah.
And then we started doing Z and Z on his channel, and it was people wanted a little bit more. Zombie works all during the day, and my schedule is a little more flexible. So I started streaming, I guess, 2.5 years ago. And so we had Z and Z, and then I started all my other programming, and it's just grown since then.
So 2.5 years, you've come a long way. Yeah.
I was really lucky when I started, and I think that both you and Layer by Layer also, you have that good fortune of being part of the community. Some people start on Twitch and they don't know anyone, they don't know anything. But for me, I had been moderating for people for years. In 3D printing, I had been involved in all different ways for several years, whether it was helping, run MakerDeck or all the other things I've done in the past, and just having a presence. So I did start out with like 200 followers. I think it was something like that, which was really nice because then you have, you started to build an audience.
Yeah.
And I would say that for anyone starting to stream, the best way to develop an audience, it's not self-promotion, but it's your presence.
Yeah.
And so you have to invest that time to, even if you can only hang out for a little bit in someone's stream, it's, having people know who you are and being helpful and also being entertaining in chat.
Yeah.
If anyone hangs out in Zombie stream, I think the chat is a whole other character on his solo streams.
Yeah.
We kind of take over sometimes.
Well, it's nice to have, like, if you're, if especially if you're streaming like a solo stream, it's nice to have those moderators and those people that have been part of your community that you trust and that will do it right and can take a little bit of that chat load off you, because you always want to acknowledge people in the chat, right? Because that's why, I know as far as Steve and I, that's why we're doing this, and I know that's what a big part for you too, is that we, a lot of times the people in our chat, we're in Discord calls with these people till like midnight every single night, So
just midnight,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
And some, it's like they're friends, right? They're not
Yeah.
even, they become.
I've been midnighting it. I've been jumping off lately. I can't do it anymore.
Yeah. It takes a
the
toll.
Dog,
You gotta.
with this dog and having to get up early in the morning.
Yeah.
I'm
The
like,
unfortunate thing about
I'm
being
like 12
busy.
o'clock, 1 o'clock, maybe 1 o'clock.
Yeah, the unfortunate thing about being busy is that you can't always make those sort of things. So yeah. It's one of those things. And I find a lot of people, once they start making their own content, they're not consuming other content. So I've always kept that in mind.
Yep.
Well, actually a decade ago, I worked on events with Chris Perillo. Our big event was called Vlogger Fair. So it was all kinds of family and lifestyle vloggers. And some of them watch other people's content, but a lot of them, they were too busy, filming, editing, producing, especially the daily vloggers, that our event was the only time they really got to know people. So
yeah, and I
it's
think
something
a lot
that I always remembered.
Yeah, because I know like a lot. I catch, so a lot of things that stream on Tuesdays and stuff. I tend to like, if someone's like, "Oh, did you see that stream last night?" I'll have to go back and like watch the VOD because I was either doing this or after this I was watching it, but I fell asleep because, by the time we get done here at 10 o'clock, I'll watch whoever's after us, whoever we raid into, from like 10 to 11. I used to watch till 12, 1 o'clock, but now I'm like, by 11 o'clock.
Multiple tabs.
Yeah,
for sure. Multiple tabs and just sort of like listening for things that, And even last night there was the Snapmaker, right?
Yeah.
The Snapmaker thing, and I was we were doing Z and Z, and we're like, oh, should we just tune in and watch it at the same time? So,
it was insane. So Udo, who we had on Unspooled it was like episode 6 before Jerf happened. He was on there, and it was really funny to watch him and is it Blanye, right? Is this his name, Blanye? Blaine? Is it Blaine? Right? Just pronounced Blaine? I don't know. So, but they were really funny together, and having everybody on, and Danny and Steve. It was cool.
I'm really excited to see the new HueForge.
The plugin, is it? Flat Forge? Yeah, that's going to be neat. Yeah, I really like.
Yeah, I've already seen some of the stuff now, and it's really exciting because HueForge was actually Steve's first interview was on Z and Z.
Oh yeah. I remember when it came out.
For that year at Murph, we, of course, one of the easiest things to pack is HueForges.
Yeah.
So we were helping Joel. Actually, Joel at the time as a volunteer, we were helping him run the Polymaker table, and the Polymaker table was just all HueForge, and it was so fun because we were like, "Can I buy this?" I'm like, no, what? Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, HueForge, you can do so many things, and then having the ability to do them flat, face down, double-sided. Like double-sided is awesome. And then I guarantee. There's going to be
got like a bunch of ideas for that.
Yeah, you're going to have double-sided flat HueForge maker chips. I mean,
I think it's really exciting. The more people that are creating content. I was really excited when you started your podcast. We need more variety. If anyone is ever worried, there's no place for me. There's definitely a place for you.
Yeah.
Even if you're doing what you think is the exact same thing as everyone else, what you're doing is definitely different because it's you.
Yeah.
It's you.
Yeah. Everybody has their own personality.
You'll find your own way.
Yeah.
Like my Sunday stream, it has now become this Sunday, I actually counted. We had over 80 makes.
Oh wow!
For take two, but it's just me opening up the sharing makes part of my Discord, and people are putting in good descriptions. They're talking about the filament they're using. They're talking about the designers, linking to the models and everything. But we had over 80 submissions last week.
Yeah,
it was and that makes its own content. Yeah. There are lots of other people that share other people's Moko made. Moko made. I'm wearing my Moko
Yeah,
shirt right now. They do their sharing art, their shirt.
Yeah.
Of course, that's all different types of things. Mine is not limited to 3D printing. Some people share all kinds of projects, but yeah, and so that I say on Sunday, my co-host is actually everyone that contributes to the sharing.
That's right, yeah, because
It's pretty
anybody
good.
who can get something on there, and it's cool to see. I mean, we can all go into Discord and look at stuff like that, but you just can't see it all, right? So when
Yeah.
you have a popular show that's on Twitch or YouTube, you know, like what you're doing on Sunday, that you can show it, people will see it, you know, and they'll be like, oh,
Yeah.
that's really cool, and you can note that and then go, you know, go look at that a little more. So it's a great idea, you know, and I think you're right with the and I think Steve and I, and we've said it in the Unspooled Discord, is that you know, there's plenty of there's plenty of people soaking in content that if you've got an itch to scratch and you feel that you need to do something, whether it's on YouTube or Twitch, and it's related to 3D printing or making or whatever it is, you know, there's someone out there that wants to enjoy that,
Yeah.
you know, and watch it.
And
So.
that Zombie and I started ZNZ because we saw that there was a void. There weren't people that were really talking about. We started out with like very scripted. We were very, very scripted.
Yeah.
Sometimes now we're kind of, you know, we do our thing. But yesterday we did tutorial, and we'll do more of that. But we saw that there wasn't anyone doing it live. There's plenty of people making that content. It's great to have that. It's probably better to have that evergreen content, but for someone to be doing those sorts of things live and talking about it live, answering the questions live, I know that we've helped people just the same as, you know, Maker Deck running 24/7, people in chat helping each other, but we're able to actually say, okay, let's pull this into the slicer. Let's see what's going on here. Let's us make the mistake, you know, you know, try this out. Because even yesterday we were doing we were talking about how to personalize a print. And so Astro Canuck sent a file. Now, I didn't realize, I didn't look at the slice well enough. I didn't realize that the back layer, we did, this is a Stream Deck cover, but as you can see, because the next layer was black. So we didn't realize that obviously the TD of the filaments were not, not everything was going to shine through.
Yep.
But made that mistake live, you know, made that realization live.
Yep.
So, you know,
yeah, and that's
I think it's cool to do that.
Yeah, and that's the fun thing about 3D printing is that no matter how long you've done it, whether you've been doing it for 2 years or 15 years, there's always something to learn, right? And there's always new stuff coming out. Like when HueForge came out, that was like, holy crap, you know, I can paint with filament.
A lot of people, it revitalized their interest in 3D printing.
Yeah.
And the fact that anyone can do HueForge because it's just color swaps, you know, it's just layer swaps. Well, now there's even more, which is really exciting. But the fact that anyone can do it, doesn't matter what printer that you have, you know, that's a great equalizer for sure.
Yep. Yeah, and like well, Steve, and I'll call him out again. Hadron is a very active member of the 3D printing community. He's in like every Discord. He watches all your streams. He watches everybody's streams.
He stays creeping.
And so if anybody knows, Hadron on Discord and Stay Creeping, same person. Awesome guy. But he's been in 3D printing for roughly 2 years and has never built a printer, right? So now he's building the antithesis. You know, Killer Print showed me, I showed Hadron, and now Hadron's building it. But it's like there's always something that you can do more in 3D printing. Like somebody who is only printed can now build a custom printer, or can HueForge, or can design, or sculpt, or there's never a shortage of anything. And I think that's where a lot of times the streams like what you're doing, or what Zombie's doing, or what Steve and I do, or I was watching Digital Dragon right before here.
That's where chat goes wild.
Yeah.
That's where chat goes wild. It's so funny because something will happen and Luke will have his head in a printer. And it was really funny. One time there was like some there's always controversy, but there was this whole discussion, and the discussion was actually completed. So Luke went back and read the whole discussion, and the whole thing started all over again.
Yeah.
It was pretty funny.
A recap.
I love Luke's streams for that, because people just like the chat just does their thing. It's pretty fun.
I think with those type of things, when you watch all of these, you often find things like today, like we were in Killa Prince. I was watching Killa Prince stream earlier today, and Luke from Luke Digital Dragon was in there, and he was talking about his Rift 600 build that he's been streaming, and Killa Prince wasn't aware of the Rift, and now he is, and a bunch of people in there were like, "Oh, what is that?" And they were looking it up on printables, and it's a great way of finding something that you're interested in that you probably wouldn't have found it otherwise, unless somebody in a stream.
And contrary to popular belief, there's no, I don't think there, at least amongst like everybody here, there's no rivalries. There's no it's more about let's do really cool things and let's figure out how to make everybody's experience better. There really is no drama. I always love it when people put on Twitter, 0 days since a 3D printing contract, and I'm like, come on.
I've seen that many times. Yeah.
Listen, Steve loves Creality.
Well,
we don't bother him.
We do all the time in Unspooled Discord.
Yeah, that's right. That's the one thing that I thought was funny was Greg yesterday was like, he's never been in a community that's been so helpful.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, dude, it's a different kind of community. We love it so much that we want to see other people get into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's an amazing community with helpful people and awesome people, but it's not immune to those types of conversations, or those controversial conversations, whatever. We all have our likes and our dislikes, and the things we're okay with and things we're not okay with. As long as we can all discuss those civilly and with respect, which I think the vast majority of us do. It's okay to disagree, right? We can disagree and still be friends. So I think the vast majority of people do that,
And I know it's not possible for everyone to be able to attend an event.
Corey and I disagree on stuff all the time.
Every day.
Oh yeah. I mean, you should hear the stuff I say to zombies sometimes. Yeah. But I think one thing that makes for all of us, and like I said, not everyone has the opportunity to, but if you have the opportunity to attend an event, it makes you realize that all of these people are human beings.
Yeah.
They're human beings that make mistakes, make assumptions. There's human beings that choose Creality printers. Whatever. But there's all different. We come from all different walks of life, and I mean, let us all be even more different. That's important too.
I mean, if we were all the same, it'd be pretty damn boring.
Yeah, but when we're able to attend events and interact with each other in person and see, oh, this is an actual human being, it's really nice. I love the story of meeting Macite.
Yep.
I had no idea. She's in chat, right? She's like this awesome person in chat. I had no idea who Macite was. She came up and I'm like, "You're Macite?" Because it's just very surprising. It's very surprising. And even there's other people that I've been able to meet. I
remember when you told me.
Yeah, I thought, that's Macite.
Yeah,
because sometimes people say, "Oh, my name is so and so," and you're like, "Okay, really nice to meet you." But then
Well, I always tell the story of last year's 3D Printopia. So Zombie and I, everybody knows we both live in Maine, right? We live 40 minutes away from each other, and we both had to drive to Maryland in order to meet for the first time.
Yeah. Right? So when are you having your sleepover in the studio?
Yeah, I know we haven't. Pajama
party. For sure.
He says all the time. He's like, oh, because I work with I deal with a lot of kids up here, so I'll get an old printer, rehab it, and give it to a kid, a middle schooler or something, trying to get them into 3D printing. So Zombie was for a year. He's like, I've got a bunch of old printers that I could give you that you could do that with, and it's been a year and we still haven't like coordinated.
I'll just send you his
time.
address. You just show up, be like, I'm here for the printers.
So yeah, it was funny. I actually reached out via Facebook because he had posted a printer on there, and I was like, oh yeah, and he's like, this is Zombie, right? And I'm like, I know yeah, but it was funny because it was like our personal Facebook pages, so it was interesting. But yeah, and I know like 3D Printopia this year, from the people that Steve and I have met through Unspooled and in our Unspooled Discord. There's quite a few of them that are going to 3D Printopia this year. It will be their first event.
Yeah, and that's
cool.
really exciting. It's meeting the people in person. I still remember when I met Steve. Now, the first time I met Steve, I was so shy, which is kind of funny. I was so shy. I was like, "Oh, hi," but then the second time, that's when you were the K2 Kevin fanboy. You're like, "You're K2 Kevin. Let me get a picture," and that was like Kevin's first fan experience too. Although there was one person that did come up to Kevin, I think last year, was like, "K2 Kevin, you saved my life."
What you say,
Steve?
Oh my god! So it was one thing. I did that to make Kevin. I did it to make Kevin feel better because I already knew who you were. So I was like, I'll acknowledge Kevin first, right, to help him out a little bit. Boost his ego a little bit.
Yeah, now he's more famous than all of us combined.
Yeah, and it's like I think
I know, right?
I was a little bit like that with Daniel from Modbot because I had been watching Modbot stuff for, I don't know, ever since he started doing it on YouTube, and I've just always liked the way that Daniel is, on his stream. He just seems like a genuinely awesome person, and he was like one of the people that I was like, oh, I've got to, I'll be able to meet him when I go to 3D Printopia, and when I did, I was just like, it was such an experience because he's exactly this, and we've talked about this with many people. He's exactly the same in person that you see on camera, right? Like some people have an online persona that can be different than what they're like in real life, and he's not, and I don't think any of us are. And so many people that I've met at events that do have an online personality, if they're in 3D printing, they are more often than not exactly the same as they are in real life.
Yeah.
Zombie is exactly the same in real life as he is on stream.
Although Zombie does have he can be face blind, so if anyone's insulted that Zombie doesn't remember you, he is face blind. We'll give him that.
I'm the opposite.
That's when I kind of whisper. I'm like, that's that person.
So I'm the opposite. I will remember your face until the day I die, but I won't remember your name. I am really bad with connecting names with faces, so I'll be like, I remember you.
Then you're like, make sure you write your name on both sides of your tag. Please.
Yeah. You got to have the name tag. Yeah. But yeah, Adam says he's the same. Like I said, when I see a face, I'll never forget it. And I'll remember the name. I just won't be able to put them together. It's like that matching game, you played as a kid where you flipped them over. I was terrible at that. But...
Star Rose 3 says, I give candies to her kids. And yes, I give candies to children and filament to adults.
Hey, that is our candy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially what is it, Cookie Cad, the pumpkin spice one that I actually never ever got my hands on, but it was supposed to smell like pumpkin spice when it was printing.
Yeah. When it's printing, it smells like pumpkin spice. Yeah, that's actually from Canadian Filaments, and I have some Canadian Filaments right there.
Yeah.
It's and then the other thing is the 3D printing companies don't really have rivalries. If people are always looking to dig something up.
Yeah.
For the most part, we all the filament companies, they get along. They go for drinks together at these events. They share things with each other. There's, if you're looking for controversy,
it was funny. They actually brought that up on the Snapmaker show last night, where they were talking about other printer companies being in this rivalry, and they were like, no, we want everybody to succeed, and there's more. And it's just like 3D printing live streamers and content creators, where we say that there's plenty of room for anybody who wants to do something. It's the same with printers, right? Printing and filament, there's There's
Yeah.
millions of people out there buying printers and buying film. And if you're like me, you've had 60 to 70 different printers. And if 60 to 70 printers come out in the next 10 years, I'll probably own all of them as well.
Yeah.
You know, that's just kind of how I am. And I know a
Yeah,
lot of people are similar to like that.
And Luke's saying that KB3D, West 3D, and Fabrico, they all get along.
Yeah.
I mean, when one of them has a sale, the other one, you know, like everybody shares.
Yep.
And they all you know, have a good time with that.
Yeah, and I think just like me, I think most of us have bought something from all of them, you know. It's nice that everybody supports all of them and that they're all cohesive together. Because if you have companies that are cutthroat and always after somebody, that's going to be reflected into the community. And because I think 3D printing is so close and tight, that would really have an effect on us in a negative way.
That kind of segues into actually what I do every year on Thanksgiving. So this will be my third year on Thanksgiving. Since I'm Canadian, well, one of my best friends, her husband is American, so maybe they'll do something for Thanksgiving, but generally they don't. So what I do is I stream the entire day on Thanksgiving. So whether you're preparing for Thanksgiving, whether you're hanging out watching the football game, whether you're finished with your family or you don't do anything, I do a Thanksgiving stream, and it's a way to thank all the companies that we work with, and the companies also thank you. So we do, for the most part, we do giveaways of smaller amount gift cards. And that's to encourage people to, of course, start their Black Friday shopping, support those companies, but also those companies. Wow.
I'm trying not to laugh because you're in the midst of telling us something cool, and I'm trying not to laugh. But then Steve comes back on camera with that.
It's almost as beautiful as Steve.
Yep.
Wow.
And it's a good color.
It
works for you, Steve. Oh, are you muted?
Oh, did we lose your audio?
Did we lose your audio? Now I got to hear what you're saying with that.
We should just bring him in on a Discord call and then translate.
He's like, I can read your lips, but. So, if anybody is wondering what Steve has on his head, obviously it's a Pezliz crown, but Steve's working on this pretty awesome OpenSCAD thing where you can like make your own custom crowns,
cool.
Right? You just like type your name in and then print it. So
it'd be depending on whose birthday it is. You know, if grandma's turning like 96 or something. Wow, that's cool.
What's that? A baby crown?
That is cool.
Ash says fun. King Lear. But yeah, so back to the Thanksgiving thing.
Yeah, I figured out what's going on.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
Hear me now?
We can hear you.
We can hear you now.
Yep. So the Thanksgiving thing, that's cool, right?
It's really laggy for me. Like I see you guys move before I hear you talk.
Oh, okay.
Oh wow, Jano says that crown and a Printopia bling chain, and I'll be set. Yep.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
That's a good idea. Is that going to be your day one attire at 3D Printopia?
I know. I was considering bringing my my Pezfinity headband. I wore that to Rocky Mountain last year, not this year, but I have like the Pezfinity. Where is my Pezfinity? At this speed. You know, I keep my desk so neat. There's no camera on my desk right now for reasons. Anyway, so I have my Pezfinity headband, and I think I'll probably bring it to this event.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool
to
integrate.
So for anybody in chat who is going to be new at 3D Printopia, printed wearables are very popular. So if you've got an idea between now and then, you can create something and print it. And if you post it early enough, people may print it. Like the chain. Steve just had the chain. That was really popular last year. So
I should put on my my Grenier Kit Kat earrings.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
Those are cool.
Those
are awesome.
Yeah, see?
And I love Kit Kats.
And for someone coming from Canada, one of the easiest things for me to give out at events are things like 3D printed earrings, because it's very lightweight, fits in my luggage, and you know, it doesn't. Although I haven't had questions about maker chips yet, which I'm really surprised. I know some people have gone through security and people are like, "Why do you have so many poker chips?"
Yeah,
it's happened before.
I didn't fly last year, but I'm flying this year, and it'll be interesting to see what they do.
The first time I brought maker chips was Rocky Mountain 2024. The maker chip has only been around. The maker chip has only been around since Rocky Mountain of 2024.
Yeah.
And I put it made the mistake of putting it in my carry-on. That backpack was heavy. They weigh a lot.
It's funny how much print like playplastic that's dense.
Oh yeah, 100% infill. Like this is hefty. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I know someone at 3D Printopia last year told me that they had like a 3D, like how I have mine in like a 3D printed Pelican case. So they're all like what you just showed. They're kind of they look like tubes. And TSA did stop them because in the scan they just saw a container with tubes, and they were like, "What is that?" And they did pull them out and ask, and they were like, "Oh, okay," and then they were fine. But
I've had to explain filament before. So now anytime I travel, I mean, probably not a dragon this big, but anytime I travel, if I have filament in my luggage, especially I put a lot of filament in my carry-on. Yep. I kind of stretch the rules, but I always have something 3D printed, mostly like a little fidget or a dragon, to show them this is filament that I use for 3D printing. And then the last time I was going through customs in Toronto, security and customs in Toronto, flying back from 3D Printopia, and I gave the dragon to the security guy. He's like, "Oh, that's really cool." Yeah. And also going through customs for me, they say that customs is like a lot more difficult right now, but I found and also anyone that's traveling from Canada to the US, make sure that you have all of your flight and hotel information on paper, because the questions they're going to ask are like, where are you staying, what are you doing, and if you have it right there on paper instead of like looking through your phone and I don't know, it's all there. And then the other thing is I also have, they ask me if I'm going to an event, and I give them a little cinderwing spider or whatever, or show it to them. So that sort of makes it a smoother experience.
Yeah, and
I don't know if you can get away with traffic tickets though.
Oh yeah.
With 3D printing. I gotta go home. I've got a blob-a-dac.
Yeah, I got something on camera I got to take care of. Yeah, I'm not sure. I know at least in my area that would not fly. They would be like, "Yeah, you're getting a ticket." I'd just be like, "Write it fast. I got to get home."
I mean, even if you had Octoprint, you can go, but it's my printer.
Yeah, they'd be like, "I don't care." Yeah. So, actually, GTR Dad, who just showed up in chat, he's going to be a first-timer 3D Printopia this year.
Awesome.
So all of you guys who know GTR Dad, who is like everybody because he knows streams that I've never even heard of.
Remember, the number one rule is if you have a username, introduce yourself by your username. Yep. Because I've had someone come up and say, "Hi, my name is, Phil." And I'm like, "Oh, nice to meet you, Phil." And then they're like, "No, my name's like Shaboomafoo." And I'm like, "Oh my gosh, that's who you are." So introduce yourself by your username for sure.
Yeah, it was funny. Everybody used to know me just as Moji 3D, but when everybody found out my real name, Corey, now I've gotten, do I call you Corey or do I call you Moji? And I'm like, I don't care. Whatever you feel like calling me. And then I've had other people call me Corey and then be like, it just doesn't sound right, and then they go back to calling me Moji.
I will always call Fix Him Dude.
Yeah.
People say his name and I'm just like, nope.
I go back and forth with Steve. I call him Layer sometimes, and then I call him Steve sometimes.
It's true.
Yeah. Once you go to events and then you start to learn people's real names, it's confusing Because sometimes
Oh,
you don't
Manly
know.
Mutt's screen name is his real life name. Manly Mutt.
Manly
There you
Mutt.
go.
Nice. That
Good to
makes it
know.
easy, right? We should all just legally change our names to whatever we're known as in 3D printer. Like Steve, you should legally be layer by layer, and then
Yeah. Well, I am Pezliz.
yeah.
It is funny though, trying to explain to friends, but they're like, so what is it that you do?
Yeah.
And I say, well, I'm one of the, I said, right now, at present, I'm one of the only females in a niche hobby on a smaller platform.
Yeah, yeah.
And I stream a lot. I said, in other words, I am Pezliz.
Yeah, I am
So my
Pezliz,
friends
yeah.
laugh at me and they're like, okay.
Yeah, I've actually had friends or kids that I work with on my son's robotics team. I've had them watch me on Twitch, and I'm always like, let me know when you're going to watch, because I want to make sure that nobody's like dropping any swear words or something, or like, make sure we keep it peak, because I'm always like, this is like my me time, right? Like, you guys
Yeah.
don't know me as me. You know me as like mentor Mr. Layton that is at,
True enough.
so yeah, it's funny. It's it's like the people in my personal life that really know me, they know that 3D printing is my entire life, right? Like everything about me they know that. But people that are like an acquaintance of mine in my personal life, they're like, they don't really know about it, and then they find out about it and they're like, oh wow, you really are into that, aren't you? And I'm like, yep. Steve, are you unmuted? You muted again?
He's crying. He's crying.
He's probably
Yeah,
he's
I
trying on
think we
his
could.
crown.
Yeah, I think there are versions of StreamYard that are free if you want to try out StreamYard at some point. That's what Zombie and I use. I said we do use we do share the MakerDeck account because you can have a whole bunch of different streams on it. But
we might have to try something else, because
but StreamYard's really cool for that.
Yeah. Stream Together does not play well with Steve's Mac. So
I mean, StreamYard has kept MakerDeck going for like 3.5 years or something like that. Something ridiculous. Yep. And now we actually still have, like, we reset every 48 hours.
Yeah, StreamYard's okay if you do collaborative streams. You just have to share. You just have to put the chat on screen, just because you can't share the chat like you can in stream.
I have 3 monitors. So when I'm on StreamYard is here. One side is the actual Twitch feed muted, and I can see the chat. I know Zombie has like the chat actually like popped out from Twitch, and he can read the chat on another monitor. So we all have our methods, but
our different methods of doing the same thing. But,
I will say that I would not have 3 monitors if it wasn't for my chat, my community, my viewers. Everybody, that's the other thing I want to say about 3D printing and streaming and all of these things. People want to see you succeed. People want to see you do better. So like this year on my birthday, people conspired. Zombie kept on adding things to my wish list, and then people contributed. So yeah, I have like the 2 monitors, the Mac Mini that I'm running on now. I mean, that was the even the shoes that I walked 200 kilometers almost, that was from the community. It's absolutely amazing.
Yeah, it's great to see
you succeed.
Yeah, it's great to see community supporting.
And that's something to remember if you're not just, I mean, obviously people can stream. Don't expect things like that to happen. Those are very nice surprises and stuff. But people want to see you succeed in whatever ways, and that's why we do. You will see people. They share a print fail, and people immediately come in and say, here's some suggestions for what you can do to make this a better experience. I mean, I'm sure Steve can kind of speak on, people sort of infiltrating T-Pain's stream and like giving advice. trying to help. You know, like
the poor guy was
to a point.
That poor guy was at Home Depot buying everything under the sun because everybody was like, buy this, buy this.
Yeah, and then he realized, okay, I have to filter out the advice. And even when he went to buy the H2Ds for lasering, he had a reason for doing it.
Yeah.
Right. He had his own reason, but people were like, well, you should get this, you should get that, and it's like, no, let him do it. Like let him do his thing, and he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
You know, for the most part, or he has a vision.
Yeah.
But we are a very helpful group of people, and people, yeah. The underlying thing is people want to see people succeed.
Yeah.
Whether it's as content creators or just as someone who's in the hobby. And that's the other thing to remember. At the end of the day, for the majority of people, this is a hobby.
Yep.
So, even though Steve does like reality, you know, we can still, it's his part of his hobby. It's okay.
He might be converting though. He's got an Elegoo now.
Well, listen, I have said this, and I know Kevin wants, we want ShareFest back. That was an incredible event. If someone else could do, any company, he left us. See, he's that upset.
Uh-oh.
Wait. But if there's, if any company could host something like that, it's nice to have it as like an after party, an after event or whatever. But things like ShareFest are absolutely fantastic, even if they do it outside of events.
Yeah.
They did one in Chicago. It's a really great event. Those sorts of smaller events.
Yeah, and I'd like to see a lot more of those, because I know like Tech Cheaper, he did one up in his area. There were a bunch of people that got together.
We have the Montreal Maker meetup.
Yeah, and I know it's real popular in like Additive Adams area or the Pacific Northwest.
Yeah, they have because Protoplasta hosts events.
Yeah,
I'm sure West 3D could do some events. KB3D had their grand opening, and that was a huge success. My big thing with that is if you build it, they will come. So even if it's just you and Zombie hanging out at a pizza place.
Well, I know Fern Dog
will be there.
Fern Dog, he's Maine.
Even if it's just a few.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should do. That's what we should do. Actually, we could probably include Nova Scotia too if we do it in a strategic place in Maine, right? Because like Burn Station 3D
could take the ferry over. Burn Station, exactly. We'll get my mom of Liz, my mom, my mom. Over there.
Because I told Steve, I'm closer to Nova Scotia than I am to Maryland.
Yeah, it's true. For me, Maine was the America that we went to almost every summer.
Yeah.
We would drive. Well, we would drive because I'm from northeastern Nova Scotia, so the ferry doesn't and also the ferry didn't always run from Yarmouth. But we would drive through New Brunswick and come into Calais and head to Bangor, Freeport.
Yep.
Sometimes make our way to New Hampshire. Got to visit the liquor barn, right?
Yeah, I probably walked through the Bangor Mall with you at some point in our lives.
Exactly. We always went to the Governor, and of course drive by Stephen King's house.
Yeah.
Do all that stuff. But it's definitely it's definitely something possible.
It'd be nice to see a lot of local events, just to keep those connections in between the bigger events like the rep.
And for someone like me, I've got lots of extra filament.
Me too.
Last event, I took a gigantic suitcase full of, like, some of them were full spool, some of them were almost the end of the spool.
Yep.
But I just took an entire suitcase. I'm like, take whatever you like. And everybody took, like, people had never had Prusament before, and I brought everything, and I just did a whole catalog of stuff that I had purchased. I'm like, I sent a picture. Actually, I sent a picture to Polymaker Joel because I got this new storage shelf, and I said, for some reason I have 3 spools of Celestial Green. I guess I'll have to bring that to the next event. But
yeah. I think a lot of us, Steve's got a lot of filament, and it's not, if you do it long enough, it's not unheard of to get 200, 300, 400 rolls of filament, and then it adds up quick, and then I've given bunches away. Hey, he's back, and you're looking good, actually. Like, no graininess, looks great,
dude. Freaking stream together. I'm done I'm done. Listen. It's terrible. It's terrible, dude. It's 100% terrible.
So
Yeah,
Steve gives
Golf of
Stream
Maine Maker
Together.
meetup.
Yeah.
I would be there, especially if it's during lobster season.
Oh yeah, you can't. Which pretty much in Maine, that's like all the time. Like even
Yeah, same with Nova
yeah,
Scotia.
Yeah.
It travels around the peninsula. So
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah, lobster is lobster and anything seafood really. But yeah, that would be fun.
Yeah, so
we
this
could
is
do.
and this is our last year in Maryland.
I know. We go to Pennsylvania after this.
Yeah, that's crazy. I've been gone so long. So Pez, tell us a little bit about yourself. I'm kidding. Yeah, how'd you get started? No, I'm just kidding. Goodness gracious, dude.
So what is your thought about it moving to, like, I know people in the Maryland area, like Steve has talked about a lot, where it's like you're taking something out of that community that started there.
It's really funny because before I even knew that the venue was changing, I said to Zombie, who's going to be my chauffeur, I said, can we do some things this year? Can we see some things? I have never seen the water. I think I've driven. Oh, the first year when I came from the Baltimore airport, I don't know what my Uber driver did. It was like an hour and a half or something. It was very strange ride, but I said I want to see some things. I don't know if I can see like Chesapeake Bay or anything, but I want to see something.
Yeah.
And then I found there was a lighthouse, and I was actually asking Steve where can we? I've only had a bougie crab cake the entire time I've been in Maryland. I was actually it was a dinner with John, who's not from Thangs anymore, but we had dinner. But it was too fancy. I was like, this is not a crab cake.
I'm so Maryland. I had a crab cake for breakfast this morning. Okay,
a breakfast crab cake.
Yeah, I had a crab cake for breakfast this morning, and I'll probably have one tomorrow too.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. That's the plan for Friday.
I did not have poutine for breakfast. I did not have poutine for breakfast. So
I heard. I think doesn't McDonald's in Canada have poutine?
McDonald's, Kentucky Fried. My favorite poutine is actually Kentucky Fried Chicken poutine.
Yeah, I really found
like
that
it.
somebody told me about that. They said, yeah, even McDonald's in Canada has poutine.
Yeah, Burger King, McDonald's.
I saw it and I was like, nah, I'm good. I'll pass on.
You gotta like gravy. It's a lot of gravy.
You could have had it. No, it's good. It's good.
The cheese curds. The cheese curds were like, nah, just pass on that. And like
2 in the morning. It's so good at 2 in the morning, especially if you get it delivered and it's like congealed. Because then the cheese, some of the cheese curds are still squeaky on your teeth, and then the rest are just like, it's so good. It's so good.
Squeaky on your teeth.
The number of people I've seen come up to the food trucks and just get poutine, and they're like, "Yeah, can I get some fries with poutine?" And like you're not gonna get a sandwich. Like
poutine is the meal. If you want to make it super fancy, you put some chicken on top, or you have what is the Star Rose 3 is here? So, Galvaude. It's like fancy poutine. Oh, I like how someone's. I didn't realize that my OBS would do that. Anyway, welcome in. There's one where they have chopped up rotisserie chicken and peas and carrots and gravy, so it's like a real
it's like a Thanksgiving poutine.
Mm-hmm. But we have La Banquise here has, I think, something like 80 different combinations of poutine. Some with spaghetti sauce, some with whatever. So
I didn't think it got Northern Maine is big with poutine too, because Northern Maine is basically Canada. They like to think
you've got lots of French Canadians there.
Yeah,
so
they
because you go to New Brunswick right there.
Yeah, big with poutine. All the Pelletiers up there.
Well, Zombie Hedgehog is 100% French Canadian.
Yeah, my family's from New Brunswick, Moncton.
My family's from neither one of those, so take that. Take that. It's weird because I can hear you guys and you're talking and I see your mouth moving at the same time. It's like a whole new world.
Water says that their wife is from Maine as well. So there you go.
Oh, nice.
And Greg from Overture is only in New Hampshire. So you guys, if you build it, I keep on saying I want to have an ice cream social at Ben and Jerry's in Vermont. because then it's like a
nice.
place where none of us live and we can all get together.
Yeah, that's perfect.
And then
Vermont's
although
beautiful.
I don't know if I feel comfortable sharing a Vermont. Do you know the Vermonster? That's like the giant sundae. I don't think I want to share a Vermonster with everyone, because then we'll probably all get like a flu or some stomach bug or something.
Vermont,
give
like,
each other germs.
But
yes, ice cream.
I'm originally from Massachusetts, but I've been up here for a number of years. But like, out of all the northeastern states, Vermont's the one that I've been to the least. But
I love Vermont.
It's really nice.
I mean, I'm only an hour and a bit from Burlington, Vermont.
Yeah.
I'm also close to Plattsburgh, New York, too. Yep. I think a lot of people don't realize how close Montreal is to the border.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And it is a whole other world here.
Yeah, so. I don't know how far away I am from Montreal.
I think it's like
a haul,
7 hours or something.
Yeah. It's definitely...
Chelsea says, "What's my zip code? You want to look and change location to fast? Oh, you want to see all the things?"
Yeah,
I wonder when are they going to release the map
5 hours.
Printopia, because you guys got a nice spot, man. You guys got a high traffic spot.
Yeah, I know. It's like we can't talk about it. But oh my goodness! Yeah. So we started to plan out the tables.
Yeah.
Because we asked, of course, to have K2 Kevin, Pezliz, Zombie, like that whole experience. And Zombie's got like the tables all lined out. Kevin's got his spot, so he can be counting maker chips, talking about maker chips, doing all that. I'm going to be having my, the Pezliz experience, talking about my shows and showing off filaments and doing all that stuff. But yeah, we have a really, really nice spot this year.
A nice high traffic spot. Yeah, I saw
should
that.
Should be really good this year. Like I like the layout.
Yeah.
And I like how they're using. It appears that they
Beauty Printer's going to have we're going to have a pulley system or a fishing line because he's upstairs.
Oh yeah.
So we can send things up back and forth to each other.
Yeah.
So
I like how they made they're going to use the annex a little different this year, so that's going to be nice. Kind of hopefully disperse the crowd a little, but it's going to be fun.
You're going to need to have some pull for people to actually go there, but yeah, I think it's.
Well, I heard that that Bearded Printer is borrowing the Hedge Keeney.
Oh, good. Oh, is
he? Yeah.
Not course, surprising.
I don't think that Tech Cheaper has lent out the Yeet Keeney. Have you heard about the Yeet Keeney?
No.
Nope.
Yeah. So. When we were going through all this stuff all the merch that you can make on Fourth Wall, there is a bikini.
Yeah, I remember that.
Zombie actually did order, and his wife has worn the Hedge Keeney.
Hey now.
Yeah.
This show is a primetime show.
Yeah. Well, there's primetime entertainment.
Oh no.
Tech Cheaper has the Yeet Keeney based on Big Jano's stream. So
it has Big Jano's face on it. Is that what you're saying?
No, it says Yeet. I don't actually. You'll have to ask Tech Cheaper.
No, I'm joking.
Tech Cheaper who won. I think he won Yeet of the Year.
Did he?
Yeah, on Saturday.
In other words, there's going to be a lot of interesting prints at 3D Printopia.
Oh, there's always something, always something interesting.
I'm excited for all the new Death Racers.
Yeah, I've seen some beautiful versions.
I mean, Fetters is going to ring like a bell every time someone hits it.
I know, right?
Because it's PPS, which is wild. Like it's like a $300. Just the printing is like
we were doing the math. It's like a $300 machine.
Yeah, Joel was in Discord chat, and he's like, we were doing the math, and he's like, yeah, it's got to be right around $250.
It's got to be more than that though, because of the kit. So you're talking probably like $350, $400.
It's 2 kilograms, and I think the roll, the PPS roll of 3 kilograms was $299. So
if he bought the 3 kilogram roll,
wow,
it's expensive either way. I couldn't believe it.
Dude, that's the most expensive one for sure.
It'll be interesting to see when it gets hit, what it sounds like, because it is gonna have that ring to it. So it'd be nice. It'd be cool. But yeah, I've seen a lot of other ones being built that are different, obviously from last year.
I always love seeing people's projects at these events. Yeah. It's always really fascinating to see, whether at Murph where it's people bringing Franken printers that they've built, or all the different projects that people are working on, and of course companies will have new things to announce and share. I always love going up to Big Tree Tech and like drooling
Yeah.
at all the stuff that they have, especially like all the panda mods and all that sort of stuff. Like it's that's also the fun thing about the event. Like, yes, we get to meet each other and see each other, but it's also that whole geeking out experience at all the new stuff. And I still remember seeing a Prusa Mini in person. Everyone said, like, when I was going from my Focus printer, sort of, well, I still had my Focus printer, but when I got my Mark 3S Plus, I was debating between getting the Mini and the Mark 3S Plus. And everyone's like, oh, well, the Mini is great, but you might want something bigger. And I'm like, oh, it can't be that much. But the first time I saw Prusa, I'm like, oh my gosh, that's a Prusa Mini? Like, it's so little. It's so cute. I have one now, so and I love it. But seeing that in person, and also when we got to see like the Prusa XL before it was even a thing.
I was going through the photos and I saw that. I was like, oh snap, it's the XL, and it really looks different than how it looked at in 2023. Was it 2023? Yeah, in 2023. Like if you go to Dave Wheeler's Smug Monk, he has a photo in there of it.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, I mean, the XL I think is a lot bigger in person than people remember or think it is when they see images of it. Because I mean, a 360 by 360 printer is not small.
Yeah.
Plus 5
tool
heads.
Now I'm trying to remember what is the big Voron?
Was it the 400 by 400?
Is it is it something with the Phoenix? Is Phoenix? Am I saying?
It's the one that they keep bringing.
That one is
the one that's never been ready.
That is humongous. I know, but seeing that I was like, oh my goodness, that is an Orange Storm Giga, I get that.
Yeah.
I understand that, but oh my gosh, that was something to see, and of course feel, because the heat coming off that one was incredible.
I think that one was.
I
think that was 2
the
feet
Phoenix
by
is
2
600
feet.
by 600.
Yeah.
See, we got Digital Dragon here for.
I remember in like 2023, Slice bought. Was it Slice? They bought like a giant like black printer there, and they were printing like a Batman bust inside of it. That thing was freaking huge.
I'm surprised nobody's brought something like the Orange Storm. Well, I guess they have, because you get the Phoenix, but the other one too. I'm wondering if there's going to be any of the. Nero was building one. I can't even remember who makes it.
The Fies Tech.
The
Venture XL.
Venture, that's 600 by 600. So that's a big one too.
That's a big one.
Yeah, there's
we always got Nathan
machines
to see what Nathan decides to throw together and bring.
And Digital Dragon always has his beautiful printers. Yeah, I love seeing people's builds. It's fun to see people's builds.
Yeah, one of my favorite parts about 3D Printopia is actually the upper level, where the exhibitors are, because that's where you see all the custom built stuff. It's called Happy Manufacturing. They had like 2 or 3 printers there last year that were just there wasn't anything wild about the build, but the quality of the build was just stunning.
That's the other thing.
It was
the interesting thing about once people started to get printers, or once people started caring about really tuning in their printers, because that is part of like the tinkering in the hobby. Some people just print things out and they're fine, they're happy with it because that's the way it's always been. But once people started, not just because people had bamboo printers, but once people started really tuning in, Kevin had Enders that printed beautifully, and there are other people that printed beautifully with all different printers. But once people really paid attention to the quality, the first time I remember people really taking notice was Murph 2023. And then Murph 2024. I spent almost the entire time of Murph last year talking to people about how things were printed, and it's like maker chips themselves are fascinating, but it was all the other stuff. They'd pick something up and they'd be like, "What layer height are you using? What filament are you using? How did you get such good detail?" And so you're able to talk about the fact that it's the quality of the designer. It's the quality of the filament, the quality of the profile, and like actually talk about 3D printing, which
Yeah,
I think
one
is,
of one of the like
really cool.
the OG of like tuning profiles was Chep. Like back in 2018, that guy was tuning Ender 3s to print fast for an Ender 3 and impeccable quality. And he was one of the first that was like selling profiles on things. And it was like, but even before then, that guy was tuning Enders that printed amazing.
Yeah, and the thing I love about
the advancements in slicers,
Chuck, the thing I really love about Chuck is that when the time I had an opportunity to have dinner with him, and he talked about his whole philosophy with 3D printing. He said he wanted to make it accessible to anyone, and he knows that people are going to do the thing where they see the $99 printer, or actually it's even cheaper, that Ender at Micro Center, and so he's there to show them how to make that a good printer and how to mod it.
That was his whole thing.
And that still is his, it's so no matter what printer you have, you can tune those things in and make them print beautifully. You can make them do things that they're not supposed to be able to do. My printer didn't have, my first printer didn't have, couldn't take M600. So I realized I had a filament runout sensor. So if I looked in the slicer and calculated the timing, I would set timers. So I'm like, okay, at 20 minutes, I need to do a color swap. I would actually physically cut the filament. So it would run out. It didn't even home. When it ran out of filament, it didn't even properly home. So I had to make sure I actually kept it in that exact spot and fed the new filament in. But I figured, but you can do anything, we look at positrons, right? It's amazing what we're still able to do.
Yeah. That's the new thing is going to be the Proton. That's going to be pretty awesome. Everybody's going to see that at 3D Printopia.
As perfect as these printers are that out of box work wonderfully, we all know that those printers have fails. Those printers can use some modifications.
I mean, FDM printing in general is an imperfect science.
Not so much, but the other ones, tons of fails. Crazy.
But I mean, just FDM and FFF, by nature of what it is, it's an imperfect machine. You can't. None of them. They're never going to be perfect. You're always
that's why I think
fails.
FFF is good. It's F.
Yeah. F. Yep. Yeah.
F.
if you do this long enough, there's going to be a lot of Fs when you.
Yeah. No, and so no matter how great these printers get, there's always going to be the opportunity to learn. People don't realize, that you need to change your nozzle even if you have, a nozzle that's hardened steel. Like sometimes you need to change your nozzle. I go into these Facebook 3D printing groups where people are asking for help, and it's like, oh, you tried to print, trying to print ABS on an A1 Mini, stuff like that.
If you put a cardboard box over it, you can do it. I've done it. It's not the perfect setup, but yeah.
I print TPU on my stock Ender 3, no bolting, no nothing, and it comes out fine. So, it's just a matter of time, taking the time and dialing it in. And, you can do a lot with older machines. You can do a ton with newer machines. It's just having the patience and taking the time to really pay attention to what you're doing. A lot of times you get people who just they assume that it's a toaster or a microwave. And it's like, I can take it out of the box and it's just going to work. And in some cases, that is the case. But in some of the older machines, you can get a ton of older machines, and what's better than one printer too, so there's stuff that you can be printing on those older machines that I'm probably going to do some stuff for 3D Printopia on some of the older machines just because I know that I can just throw it on there and let it go.
Yeah, and you used to have two of the older machines because you could always have one helping to fix the other.
Yeah, yes.
The fastest printer is always more printers.
Yes.
That's why I've got all of them. Because you always need more. And it's like, if you get even people that I've helped to get into 3D printing, they'll get one and then they're like, oh, I want another one. Or they'll get an A1, and then they want a P1S, and then they want an Elegoo, and then they want resin, and next thing you know, they started printing 2 years ago, and now they have like 7, and it's an addiction.
People are like, do you have a print farm? It's like, no, I just have a hobby that's
I just
everywhere.
have a lot of printers.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Well, it's crazy too, like the amount that's being produced. Like different companies are coming up with all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
It's nonstop.
Like a farm, technically, like you have all cows. They're all the same. Like, no, I got like a variation of farm animals.
I mean, nothing says that a printer farm has to be all the same printers. I mean, they typically are, but it doesn't have to be.
Yeah. It's like I got a variation of printers, and then once we all get the U1, it's gonna be insane. I think we're gonna see another like printer gold rush like we saw with the X1C.
So Additive Adam says, like, I can stop anytime I want.
Oh, no.
Sure, you can.
Definitely not him. He can't stop.
Yeah.
He said, "I just don't want to." Yeah, exactly.
I've witnessed it. I've witnessed it firsthand. He's like,
"Don't
oh
be
yeah, I got another printer."
Yeah.
Well, you need ones that you can travel with. One's for your bedroom, one for the kitchen, one
now
for
a tool,
the,
now a tool changer. Everybody needs
nothing,
a tool
nothing
changer.
made me happier and sadder at the same time than when I went to Canada and my wife was like, "Why didn't you bring a printer?" And I was like, "Wait, what?" I was like, "What?"
I didn't bring one because I thought you'd yell at me.
Like, what?
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh man."
Yeah.
I could have been printing those toonies.
Oh my gosh, the toonies. Like, oh.
Now you could.
Okay, well,
if you build an antithesis, that's small enough. That's not an official printers for ants, but it's an ant-sized printer.
Man,
so
I will. I'd rather buy and not saying it but I'd rather buy a positron. I'm not trying to
fold
do all that work.
That one does, well, that one does easily fold up. The antithesis technically doesn't fold up, but we could mod it to fold up.
So I have a new way of breaking in Polymaker employees that stream.
Oh, who are the new ones? It's Greg and
Tiffany. I've done it to both of them now. They're like, "What's the most unique thing you've ever printed?" And I said, "Oh, my dad's urn." And they're like,
"I saw you do that yesterday."
And Greg was like, "This is very awkward." I'm like, "I love awkward."
Yeah. Hey, I mean, what? Honestly, it's a good use for 3D printing.
Have you seen the price of urns?
Yep,
it's absolutely disgusting what they charge for just a. And there's no people who are. I'm going to talk about this because I just like talking about it. Yeah. People who think that you need to have once they're cremains. Nobody, when you're traveling, you have to have a certificate with you. But aside from that, once they're cremains, there's no any rules. There's no rules for that. I mean, Disney doesn't want you to sprinkle them places and whatever else. But I mean, you can make your own. You can make your own urn, and like the funeral, like Star Wars series. I hate the funeral. Like it's ridiculous. They're charging $500 to $1,000 for a little box. So why not have something super cool? My dad, his wish was to be go over Niagara Falls in a barrel. So we printed tiny little barrels that we knew once they get into the rapids, they disintegrate, And a couple of family members had these barrels with some ashes, and so then anytime you go to Niagara Falls, you can say hi to my dad. Yeah. Because he's part of Niagara Falls. But also it's it's something to think about. I mean, start with your pets, Pets don't live forever. Very sadly, pets don't live forever. But consider, 3D printing the urn. You can design your own. You can personalize things now. We know that. So someone, I don't know. I kind of like I know someone else has the final layer. But I like that for the name of a company that makes 3D printed urns.
Yeah.
It's, but I mean, someone's got to do it. Someone's got to start selling those sorts of things.
Pete has one. Pete has one that he made.
Yeah, for a pet. Yeah, for someone's pet. Yeah.
Yep.
I'll have to transfer my father, who also resides in an urn. Passed away a number of years ago, but maybe I'll have to upgrade him to a 3D printed.
The rest of my dad's in the second drawer here, underneath the bamboo part.
Maybe I'll have to upgrade him. I'll have to upgrade him to a polycarbonate carbon fiber urn.
Some PPS. There you go.
I don't want PPS. If somebody rings it, it might give them a headache.
Listen. You gotta go all the way, man.
What's the most? I'll find the single most expensive filament there is, and that's what my father.
Only the best.
Peak or like Ultim or something like
I'll
that.
be like, I'll find like a filament that has that's like 200 grams of filament, and it's like $900 for the 200 grams. And then my father will roll over in his grave. Yeah,
my dad did roll over. He was in a barrel. Went over Niagara Falls.
Just cut it out.
He would love that. Just like I have a friend that died young, and he would have loved to be referred as my dead friend Mark.
Yeah, like my father wanted anybody in the family who wanted a little bit of his ashes, he wanted to be cremated, could have some, but a portion of them he wanted to be dumped in his favorite lake in Maine, which I'm not going to say where, because technically we weren't supposed to do it, but it was like
my uncle's a police officer. He was with us when we went out.
We went out fishing on the boat and just kind of like, oops, like.
People are telling you making filament out of cremains.
Yeah,
no,
nothing's impossible. I mean, we have a joke going with Protopasta about making something called tooth fairy filament, and it's you take the teeth and you grind up the teeth,
pulverize the teeth, and print something out of the teeth.
Right.
Tooth fairy filament.
Yeah. Well, Steve, what's the one we were talking about a little while ago? Remember the soap film, the company that makes the soap filament?
Oh yeah.
They make all those weird filaments.
They got something new coming out too that's even weirder, I think.
Yeah, they're perfect for it, right? Cremated remains filament.
Yeah. Time blast. Water.
Time blast.
Yeah.
They'd be perfect for that. Stuff. They could make they could be the
shrimp filament. Okay. Yeah.
No, so listen. We're going down a very slippery slope, and I say that pun intended, because there was a lady who was making jewelry for women from their significant others. Slippery. Slippery slopes.
I just found out that there's people that gold plate the umbilical cord and make it into jewelry.
Weird. I thought what happened to people just bronzing their baby shoes? Like,
yeah, exactly. now you bronze.
That's not okay now. Like,
you bronze the cord of life. I guess it's like what? Yeah.
Here's what you do, right? You lay the umbilical cord out in a necklace shape. You scan it, and then you can just print out copies of it to give to your family.
Exactly. Why you want to do that? Yeah,
I love my son.
Mackay says they do make diamonds out of cremains. They do. Like
I've seen that.
You can press diamonds and stuff. So
like I love my son.
Time Blast does have an urn filament. Franken V says.
Yeah, like I love my son, but I don't want a gold plated umbilical cord from my son, and I'm sure my son wouldn't want me to own that either.
Then do you really love your son? Come on, man.
Of course I do.
Jeez.
The really interesting story says they did 3D printed ultrasounds. The really interesting thing about that is for people that are visually impaired. I think that's absolutely it's pretty cool to be able to have something like that. Something tactile.
Yeah.
Especially with HuForge, you could do that easy with HuForge.
Yeah, because when my son was, we had the 3D images from the ultrasound. You could have easily 3D printed those. So, but that was 14
Are we
years ago.
gonna make it like actual 3D or
Yeah.
But it's But I've seen a lot of times now when someone's pet passes away, they're able to do a HuForge. And that makes it it's definitely a lasting memory. I think, like the ways that people can integrate their hobby into those sorts of things is really, really, really interesting. Yeah. And like I said, urns. Someone has to start.
3D printed urns. You've heard it first here.
Well, that's the thing that's funny is like in my opinion, 3D printers, like the industry wants 3D printers to be an appliance. And they're not appliances yet. They're still tools. And I don't think they'll ever be in everyone's house. They may, it'll be, maybe on a block, like with you and your neighbors, maybe 1 out of 4 people will have
Well,
a
just the
3D
same as
printer.
not everyone
And
has
then
a bandsaw, and not
and
everyone has a
that's
toolbox even.
exactly the example
Yeah.
that I gave
Yeah.
to somebody. I was like, no, I was like, everyone doesn't have a table saw. I was like,
Yeah.
you just borrow your friend's table saw or have him cut it for you, and like that's where it's gonna be. Like,
I mean-
it'll never be in every house because there's just no need for it to be in every house every day.
Not
because you
everybody
don't
has
need
an
to-
air fryer, even though to me that's insane because air fryers are
That's
amazing. But yeah,
no. They should probably like go to jail or something because you should definitely have an air fryer.
yeah,
That's totally different. No, I'm kidding. But
everybody
yeah,
should have an air
so
fryer.
it's yeah, everybody. It's just it's an appliance. I mean, it's a tool, and I don't think it'll make it to that level of appliance unless it's like they figured out like like food printing that's actually delicious or and not weird.
I mean,
Because you don't need to print a spoon every day, and
Yeah.
and you don't. Once you print a spoon, you don't need it. You'll just keep using that spoon over and over. If we get to the point where you can print spoons safely, and dishes and stuff like that safely, it's like you're not gonna print new dishes every time you need dishes. You're just gonna use your dishes.
Maybe you'll cut down on those people who do those like shopping sprees at HomeSense though.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like the home decor stuff.
FDM
Yeah.
printing. FDM printing will never be an appliance, and unless somebody can ever make a machine that just you do this to load it, and then it just spits the print out on a conveyor or down into some drop box like a vending machine. Until it's that, it's never going to be an appliance. It's too hands-on.
Steve and I have talked a little bit about representation in 3D printing. There's not a lot of females. There's definitely not a lot of people of color. There's and there are more women getting involved in 3D printing, and I am pretty sure almost every filament company knows that not just the aesthetic filament, but also the matte filaments are selling like crazy. Not just because of Kit Kiln, like we love Kit Kiln. He is like the king of the matte filaments for his models, but because they're using it for home decor, they're using it. The matte filaments have a really nice aesthetic. For that sort of stuff, and there's a lot of people designing home decor. There's a lot of people, all that stuff that people, even stuff that people were doing on crickets and lasers and everything else. They're 3D printing that now, and so all that stuff for holidays and for events and everything. That's something that people are doing at home or learning how to do at home.
Yep.
What's interesting about the women in 3D printing Facebook groups is a lot of them it's teaching them the 101 of doing the printing, and then others they're getting the tools to learn how to do CAD, and it's really interesting. But on representation, we definitely need to
it's growing. I like, just for me, because I'm always looking for more people of color in 3D printing, and I see it more and more. And that's actually pretty cool. And like I was watching, and it made me think of this earlier. I was watching a video about the Niska Native American tribe, and they have like their totem pole was just returned to them, and I was like that's a group of people, because then they could 3D print, and I don't know if this is a deformation of anything, but I'm just spitballing. They could 3D print. Everyone could have their own version of their family totem pole, a small 3D printed version of it in their house if they wanted to, or one that they could take away to college with them,
or Hue Forge,
like so. It's stuff that's from other cultures that we don't even think about, that people, if they had access to 3D printing, that they would make. You could easily see like some someone of Viking heritage or like African heritage printing out different masks from their past, that we still haven't seen yet, because the tools. I mean, granted, Vikings have printers. We got Maker Viking and
of course.
I'm just saying, like, stuff that like culturally belongs to them, that we don't think about it because it's not really a part of our culture, like our present culture. So we don't make those things, but to see what other people would use 3D printers for if they had access to them is like, it's gonna be a big thing.
Yeah.
And there's still
Burn
a
Dog
ton
in
of
chat.
people,
Burn Dog is disabled, and 3D printed assistive devices.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean
Because
some of
if
the
you
most
go,
amazing prints I've
if
seen
you
have
go to those,
yeah.
like I have, because for a short period I was a caretaker, and I saw how much those things were, like just like a general, like a guide for a spoon, like a handle for a spoon, a specialized handle. If you can 3D print that instead of spending like 45 or $50 that the companies charge, because they get them in limited supply, and because they can charge insurance companies for them. But if you can do
yeah,
that instead of, and help someone out instead of having them, that's, and customize them too. Because if it's your right hand and your thumb doesn't work properly, or your
yeah,
left hand, and um, any of those sorts of
Yeah,
things,
I mean,
it's
some of the most
absolutely incredible.
amazing prints and projects I've ever seen with 3D printing are around like prosthetics, or
yeah,
there's the guy who did the whole company. He did a Kickstarter about it too, but um, it was allowing kids who had amputated or hands or fingers and still being able to play console video games.
Yeah.
So if they were missing a hand, they could still control both sides of the controller with one hand. And that type of stuff, just quality of life stuff, that you can do for people that are disabled, that 3D printing can help with, is just awesome.
Yeah, Key Creations, she has POTS, which is, so sometimes she has a lot of mobility issues, and so she's actually made all of the things that are on her thanks page, all of the things that she has, accessories for wheelchairs, are free. She's got cane hangers, she's got like whimsical things, but she also has a lot of practical things, accessories for wheelchairs.
Yep.
So the more that we see of that, I think is also, showing the true ability. Obviously, you guys just interviewed Tech Cheaper, and
Yeah.
his Layered Love website, I think is
hmm
fantastic, because the more that people are aware of it, and the more people contribute to it, the more people are going to be able to find resources in their local area. As much as we love even Toys for Tots, for some people, they're sending
yeah,
things, across state lines and things. But if you can do something local, even better, and get in the habit of that. A lot of people started 3D printing during COVID, because of COVID, that
hmm
someone said, "Oh, I'm going to take the 3D printer from, the school or from work or whatever, and start printing all the, they were printing the mask, like extenders and all those sorts of things, and the face shield frames. It's,
yeah.
Well,
I
That's
think,
that's
yeah.
definitely one of the things that makes it like we understand how much it actually costs to do this stuff, and we know that yeah, you could go to a company and it's going to cost you a lot more, or I can make this for you, or I can, the parts for a prosthetic hand, aren't that's pennies in some, for some of the parts, up to like you probably could do a whole arm, out of a roll, and we know that on average a roll is like $20, and now not including the hardware, but like you've taken part of that process and made it a lot easier for someone to like be able to like use their arm again or use their hand again.
yeah.
So it's cool. It's really cool to see like how much you can kind of like do with that stuff, man.
Well, look at like
And
Luke's laboratory last week. He said his company started just prior to COVID, and
mhm,
what kept his company going and helped grow his company was the fact that he was able to use his 3D printers to print the mask
yeah,
holders.
Yeah.
And
So
he said he got orders of like thousands of them, and it basically kept his company going. So
yeah,
in
absolutely.
any type of social thing, or any type of something that is unforeseen that hits us as a whole, um, additive manufacturing is just a great way to tackle it, because it's so quick.
yeah,
Yeah, for anyone that's always looking for controversy in 3D printing, just know that 3D printing is founded on heart. Because if there all these people that got into the hobby because of COVID, those people that started, I know people that started 3D printing because they knew they were going to be isolated with cancer treatments and whatever. They started 3D printing. But we've also seen the heart of 3D printing. This summer we had close to a dozen 3D printing content creators participate in stand up to cancer, and raised, like, our little crew alone raised I would say, I didn't do the tally, but probably over $10,000. And some people had only started streaming in the last couple of months. The things that we've been able to do to help people out, whether it's a house fire, whether it's, like helping out Mitch, helping out people. We are, the heart of 3D printing is actually hearts. So anyone who wants to, like, say there's people, this, that, whatever, I mean, stuff is always, people are always looking for something. The foundation of what we do is definitely heart. People have, the best interests at mind, but also, like, the best intentions. And I think that's what we're going to, no matter how much technology advances, no matter, how many amazing companies come up with new printers and stuff. I think that even the Chinese companies that have their own, their own culture and everything, they're starting to learn. I'll give you an example. It's IBOS, right?
Yep.
IBOS is, so they are going to be attending 3D Printopia for the first time. They found out about maker chips, and they just wanted to know what the story was with maker chips. And so Kevin offered to help them out, and help them out also, to print some. And also they had their own file and everything, so they were going to be printing some too. And they said, as we want to be part of the community, so we can only print so many and bring so many from China, but we want to be part of the community, so how can we do this? But they understood, like, this is being part of the community. It's not just maker chips, it's all the different things that people do. But it's so that, at the end of the day, it is a nice, like, fuzzy lovely family of really strange people from all different walks of life that melt plastic and melt hearts. There you go.
Melt hearts. That was one of the things, like Kev said at Murph. He's like, it's becoming a bit of a traveling circus because it's the same people, and we it's becoming more of a family. People, what people eat, what people printers they like, their favorite filament, their kids' names and their dogs'
the purple
names.
Crews.
We all know that Zombie Hedgehog likes margaritas. So
margaritas, and hot sauce, and so it's one of those things, it's so, like, wholesome in a sense, because we come together to channel that, like, inner child of, like, being able to make stuff, from anything, and that we have a tool that can allow us to make, all kinds of stuff that we never would have been able to do, and then it also allows us to help make stuff for other people. Like, my wife's like, hey, can you make this for somebody at work? And I'm like, yeah, I don't care, like, I got tons of filament, just tell me what it is. And now, like, she came in the day, she's like, my friend wants you to make this for her family, and she said she's gonna pay you. She doesn't want to take no for an answer. And I was like, I got the filament, like, it doesn't bother me. It lets me make something and figure out a way to programmatically make it that way.
Find out if they make something. Find out if they, like, have something they bake really well, or they have a really good recipe for something, or
like for me it's more of like finding a challenge and then figuring out a way that I can make it easier for myself to make. So, like, if someone's like, oh, I want a crown, I'm like, okay, cool, well, I can make you a crown, but then I'm like, I can also make it where I don't ever have to make another crown again. I just plug in the name, and change a few variables, and that's now awesome. It's easier, and then, like, I can do something like with my maker chip maker. I can share it with people so that people who don't know how to slice or people who don't know how to do CAD can, like, come and make a chip and feel like a part of the whole thing. They don't have to come and be like, oh man, I can't make a chip.
There were a lot of people last year that came to 3D Printopia and said, I tried, I just couldn't get them done, or I couldn't get them to print right, or they'd come and they'd have like 3 because by the time they figured them out, they had like a day. So yeah, it's one of those things that
The coolest thing
if you
though
can
was the
help
kids
them.
that overnight they made their own maker chips. They only
Oh
had
yeah, I
about
remember
5 of
that.
them,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but they were, it was so cool. It was so fun. It's like it's that effort to be part of something, and that's the other thing. You bring in guests every single week. We're in all kinds of streams and stuff. No man or woman is an island. And
Yeah.
that's whether you're streaming, whether you're a designer. I had a designer say, "Can I share my models in your Sunday makes? I'm only printing my own models." And I actually stopped and I said, I'm really glad that you're passionate about the projects that you're working on. I said, but if you actually want to get ahead as a designer and do anything great in the community, even if it's like once a month, print something of someone else's, download, support. There's so many free ways to support people. If someone comes out with a new model, I might not have time to print it, and I'm always running my printers, but I'll download it, I'll save it to a collection. I'll do my best. But as a designer yourself, or as a streamer, or as whatever role you take on, there are really small ways to support people. And yeah, if you're just doing your own thing all the time,
like this one here,
there's no way that you're gonna grow.
You guys remember that one? Was that last year? That was 3D Print Bunny, I think, right? The little thing. But yeah.
Yep.
Just little stuff. Anything you print. Like, I print mostly. I mean, the vast majority of models I print are mine that I've designed. But I print. There's many designers out there that I've been following for years. And when they put something out, that speaks to me, I print it.
We both have multi-board behind us, right?
Yeah, like
that's something that's not yours. So you could create all the mods for it and do all that stuff. But
like this one's mine, that one's mine, but these ones aren't.
That's
I don't know who made those.
I don't know who made them.
Yeah.
But,
I don't know.
Someone who likes to get people. I've heard like at least one person got caught at the airport security with those.
And then I heard another one almost got caught, right, Zombie? I don't know. I don't know who put those in your bag.
And you have
oh my goodness,
the case.
I don't know which two people put those in your bag.
if you print the knuckles, you get the case too.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
Yeah,
there you go.
You made a Christmas knuckles
Christmas knuckles case.
Here's what you do. You make the case a little bit thinner so that the knuckles actually the words stick on the outside. Boom.
You can do that too.
Yeah. Have it cut out. Yeah, that's true.
Oh, and then actually I think this was K2 Kevin.
Yep.
Last 3D Printopia.
And now it's grown. Now it can hold 50.
Yep.
I don't even know where mine is.
There were a bunch of modded ones too. Like there was one done where it like spits them out on the bottom so it could be a dispenser.
Yeah. Some people have them as dispensers. Some people, And that's the other thing. Like we're still like always excited about innovations. Mr. I think he has the most iterations of different maker chips. Steve.
Oh
my gosh.
The Unspooled.
And now we're seeing all that crazy stuff, all the crazy amazing stuff that's coming from Japan.
So I'm
still trying to figure out what the chip's gonna be for.
This is the unofficial Unspooled can koozie, which if you have an Elegoo Centauri, also doubles as a extended spool holder.
Oh my gosh.
And the Oreo cookie.
I think I'm just gonna do the Oreo cookie for Murph. I mean for 3D Printopia.
Yeah.
I want to do one more, but this will be the trader cookie. So
I don't think I have
trade, you get one of these. If you don't trade, you'll get one of the builder chips. The make your chips.
Mine.
Yeah.
It's got a bear.
Oh, cool.
So.
Well, now that there's the Starlight Pulsar, next year's chip is going to be different.
Yeah.
I have my chips for this year, but next year's chip is going to be different because I'm just
That's
yeah.
Cool
I
color.
didn't show this. I didn't show this off yet. I attempted to get Pulsar nails today.
Nice.
So they're a little bit darker, but I did my best. So they're kind of So
yeah, it's a nice.
But then
color.
I also told Joel it's a different color. So he said, "Oh, send a picture of your nails to Tanya, and now he'll have to make another filament." right?
Yeah.
So,
In a year.
but
They
I
made a lot.
did. Yeah,
I like the
they're
white one
pretty-
they did.
Oh
like
yeah,
it's
the
like
celestial-
a pearly white. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one I probably like the most out of like all of them.
Yeah,
that celestial white.
It's really nice.
Yeah,
I
that's so
can't wait to
good.
print with it a little more, like with thinner layers. This is the Snowflake TIE Fighter
Yep.
kit
Nice.
card by Fix 'em Dude. So, yeah, this is
Yeah, it's a good
as
color.
you can see behind me, Pezriwinkle, Periwinkle. You know, it's definitely my color. But yeah, so Star
Yeah,
Roaster, you have that white.
Yeah. All right.
You have friends with
that's probably my next
filament.
thing.
All right. The
friends
unspooled
with
filament
filament,
should
so
be
good.
almost done.
Yeah, that's true.
Like
That'll be
hopefully-
fun.
It's a
hopefully another
very
week or
exciting
so.
time right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, Polymaker today came out with their gradient silks.
Yeah, I
Oh
saw
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
They're
I see.
coming out with things so fast that even partners don't know that it's coming. So the second it was available, it's funny though. Today, it was available on the Canadian website before it was on the US website. So
What is that all
I got
about?
to order it before Zombie Hedgehog. I'll just have you know. I got to order mine. Mine will probably arrive before his because I live in a major city and he lives in Maine.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the 7 people.
One of the 7 people.
Yeah, I think there's 10. I think we determined there's 10.
10.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Me,
Yeah, I
zombie,
think
and
there's
Fern
10.
Dog. That's 3 of the 10.
Matt Stoltz, Stephen King.
Oh, is it-
Yeah.
Sometimes
so-
sometimes those people from the Bush family.
Patrick Dempsey.
Sometimes who did you say?
Patrick Dempsey.
Patrick Dempsey. There you go. Probably some sort of serial killer in there.
Yeah.
Oh,
Maybe
yeah.
2. But
Definitely.
Paul Bunyan sometimes, right? And there's Paul Bunyan. Like Paul Bunyan was in Maine. There's a Paul Bunyan statue in Maine, isn't there?
yeah, big
I don't
one.
know.
Big,
I mean,
like,
he's not
like
alive.
So
though.
I have
like an 80-foot
I have
tall
a
one.
piece of original Matt Stoltz art here from
Oh, you do.
from 2023. This is hilarious because he made like a sketch bot or whatever. So this is me in the sketch bot, and I told him I was like, dude, it's not gonna see any details, and it picked up the like badge, more details in the badge than it did in my face.
Oh no.
I was like, dude. He was like, no. He's like, I was like, I was standing there. He was like, I need you to jump in there because he's like, I don't know a lot of people of color to test this thing with. He's like, so I was like, I'm telling you right now, I know exactly what. There's not enough light in this room, this arena for this to come out any way other than what I thought it was going to happen, and that's exactly what happened. But
so
it's a
Manly
collector's
Mutt,
item now. So
Manly Mutt says they still use horses to deliver mail in Maine.
oh my god.
No, that's what they do with the boats when it's not lobster season.
Yeah.
It's by
That's how they
boat.
deliver.
Come on.
That's pretty funny.
Oh,
Well,
my
what
goodness.
time?
that's actually how they communicate. Dear sir, I hope this letter finds you well.
It's been 6 months since that letter was written.
Yeah.
A lobster took it.
Yeah. All right. It's not 1850 in Maine still, guys. Like, there's 1.3
No,
million people here.
more like 19. Well, I still remember we used to travel, and it was like the 90s, and like there were places that had dirt roads. Like
there's
especially
still
going
dirt
through like
roads.
from Calais to Bangor
Yeah.
when they were working on the highways and things. I think one trip we took to Boston in '99, and it was like there was like a harrowing, like we had to take this side road because they were building the highway, and there's still a lot of
there's only one highway, 95 and 295.
yeah. So
And then
when
you get
when this thing
390 you get
happened, and,
395
like,
at the end of that for like 3 miles.
imagine it's like the last week of July, and you're like, well, of course that's construction season, right? So yep.
Right.
Yep.
I still remember that. That was harrowing. So
Now we
All
have
right,
more people
so-
than Montana.
We are getting really close to the end.
We are.
Real quick,
we know
one
how to
question.
talk.
I know. One question: where do you see 3D printing in 5 years, outside of the robot apocalypse and the AI apocalypse? Are we, is this a valid question? Corey's like, yeah, it's
It's
valid.
valid. It's gonna happen.
What do you think?
well, what I see and what I'd like to see, I hope are the same thing. I want to see 3D printing be something that's made more accessible to people to do practical and artistic things.
Like
So more
weapons,
3D, more exactly, more
like
more
like
like.
like
That's a
anti-robot
controversy.
weapons. Okay, I got
But
you.
like kids, I mean, I still remember learning, computer science in schools. I think that that learning CAD is definitely something that it it picks a different part of your brain than
Yeah,
doing than like even art.
My son's
Um,
school teaches CAD.
yeah, so like having more schools have access to things like CAD, having more public public resources, whether they're maker spaces or
yep,
whatever, having more access to those sorts of things. Um, Seeing more things like what Fern Dog works with,
yeah, yeah.
is doing more of that, using 3D printing for good and
Yes.
for productivity, but having an everyday person understand that something 3D printed can benefit their daily life, not necessarily forcing everyone to have a 3D printer, but
Well, it's it's the ability to get stuff in colors that you want. You know, like a, oh, I want a purple, shiny purple crown. If
yeah,
you went to Party City, you could probably get gold, you could probably get silver, and then that's it. Or like, I want a shiny orange skull or whatever. It's like, oh, okay, well, what color orange? Or the customization, I think, is one of the things that's going to carry it
One of the other
further.
things too is that it's important for people to realize that 3D printing is no longer just a prototyping mechanism.
Yeah,
There's still a lot of people out there that are aware of 3D printing, but still think that 3D printing cannot produce a final part, and that's
yeah,
no
yeah.
longer the case.
It's weird though, right?
Yeah,
Because like we've seen it over the ages, and you've seen how terrible the layer lines used to look, and
yeah. I
now you're
mean,
like,
we've
man, I
only
can barely
been
see any lines on this thing.
yeah.
roughly 3 to 4 years of
And
machines
I'd
being
love
able
to
to
see, yeah.
produce final parts that you can then sell
Yeah,
and put
And
into
I'd love to
yep,
see
production.
more repositories doing things like replacement knobs and like the little like all those little
yeah,
everything is plastic now, right? Everything,
yeah,
even your air fryer's got plastic in it. So like finding ways that people can easily replicate or replace. I know Daddy Wazzy just fixed a knob. I can't
Yep,
remember what this on a washing machine or what it was,
yep,
but like having the ability to do that sort of thing, not ordering a $10 part that might be right or might not be right on Amazon,
yep.
which of course used to be $45 from the manufacturer or even more. But all those sorts of everyday uses, but also having 3D printing enhanced through art. We're already seeing amazing things that people are doing, whether they're digital sculptors, or someone like
Hmm.
Kaizen who's using all the build
Yeah,
plates and all those, or
yeah,
or cyanide sugar with the book covers. There's
yeah,
so much. There's
and
so
a big
much,
part of
and
the repair thing is like what Peekaboo said, is the right to repair, right? Like I'm allowing like laptop companies to make laptops repairable again, but
yeah,
making anything repairable, but then having these companies realize that these parts can be produced on a 3D printer, and then allowing having repositories and putting out those models or those CAD
yeah,
files that people can print, and or in a lot of it, there are companies now that are doing that. I can't remember the one that came out. It was a little while ago, a few months back, where they started putting out parts for it. But there was also one this week, and again, it's not a company putting out a knob that is broken and needed to replace, but Cyberpunk just released. They're putting out a bunch of 3D models for people to be able to print
yeah.
the props from Cyberpunk, right? So it's
Hmm.
not a practical use, but it's a big company, gaming company, that is putting out their
yeah.
pre-made
And I
models
think we
to
also need to
print.
get over the hump,
Yeah,
the IP hump.
yeah,
Like people are always concerned. I'm sorry, people's grandmas knit Care Bear sweaters and strawberry shortcake pattern sweaters and stuff like that. Like
yeah.
it's definitely part of the making and crafting space, the fan art aspect of things. I can't wait for that debate to sort of just like stabilize, because that is not interesting to me. It really isn't. If a company wants to ask someone to take their models down, they will. But I think
Yeah,
it's a really boring topic. So I'm glad we're kind of actually getting past that, and it's just more about what 3D printing does to enhance kids' playtime or creativity or practical things.
Yeah. Oh, and another thing for people, when someone prints something and puts it out there for people to see, whether it's on Twitter or X or Instagram, if you don't agree with the print, right? Like if somebody prints something and says, oh, they gave it to a kid, or somebody prints something and they said they used it on their car, can we please stop harassing them saying that's not safe, or that's not usable, or that's not like... So many times people will print something because they want to use it in their life thing, and they get berated in the comments for weeks that that's not safe, or that's not that, and it's like that kills the whole the whole vibe of using 3D printing or additive manufacturing to fix stuff, or
use at your own risk.
Yeah, like
I mean, I print.
If you don't agree with it, that's fine. But
cookie cutters and of course Polymakers actually made an official. There's no such thing as food safe filament. Yeah. There really isn't. So, nope. but I'm still gonna print cookie cutters in the shape of I don't know,
and an example of that is
whatever.
Several months ago, I printed out of white PETG, a lampshade, and it's right there, right? It's literally about there, and it's been there for months. And when I posted that, I got berated for weeks in the comments saying that thing's going to catch on fire. I'm going to burn my house down and kill my whole family. Like, I mean, it was...
Listen, I said I was sorry, okay? Jeez.
Well, this is funny.
But people got brutal,
about Jeep door handle inserts. He did his with, I think it was Polymax or PLA Pro.
Yeah.
And someone on the Polymaker Discord, said, well, that's going to melt in the summer and that's never going to last.
Yeah.
That someone is now eating their words. That someone is Zombie Hedgehog. But
my point,
that was their very first interaction, over 3 years ago on the Polymaker Discord. Yeah. It's like, oh yeah, you should be careful. Yeah. Those are going to melt.
And so my point about this is not like outside, right? You're always going to have the internet trolls. Like the one guy who told me that he hopes my house burns down and that my insurance company won't cover it because of the lampshade, right? So, but my point is that the people, us in the community, we shouldn't be doing that to each other, right? You're always going to have those internet trolls that are outside.
You don't need to be a hall monitor.
Yeah. Like if just, lighten up, people, right? Like if someone does something, you don't always have to make a comment about it. So
I think the issue is usually not the people who have been around for a while. It's like the people who are getting in and they want to show that they know a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And like that, and they want to jump in and be like, hey, I know these things too. You see it, and that's fine. And it's like letting people know that, hey, like this community, we're not like that. Like, just hang out, like, sure, you found people that love 3D printing as much as you do, but we don't want to talk about 3D printing all day long. So come get to know us, have fun. You'll probably learn more from getting to know someone than you would by just showing them how much you know. I don't know if that makes sense, but I feel like it did. And I think it's just one of those things of it makes it a lot easier. And I think most of the people who are still around in the community learn to like put that kind of stuff on the shelf and just be like, hey, I know that you're making it, and I might like, hey, you should probably use da-da-da. It's a little bit better instead of saying, don't use that. It's going to, kill
burn
someone.
Your house down.
Like, hey,
I'm I always, I'm not a big fan of people using hairspray as a bed adhesive, but I say if you're going to do it, please like take the build plate outside of the printer area. You don't want built up hairspray all throughout your printer, and keep in mind that hairspray has additives and moisturizers and all these things that could but you can't just be like everybody's got their own ways. And also sometimes people just need to learn.
So I think the theme of what a lot of what we've talked about tonight is that let's build each other up, not beat each other down, right? Like just be supportive of everybody and what they're doing.
And also, if you ever have a problem, don't go to Twitter, please.
Yeah.
People are very accessible by direct message. you can say, hey, I think what you might have said on your last show, you might want to correct that, or or I don't really like the way that you said whatever it is. If you disagree with
DMs
someone,
are a great place to do that.
Yeah, do not make things public just for the sake of making them public.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do not and
because at that point you're just click searching and you're not like you're click hunting and you're not
but also talk to
really,
the human being.
Yeah.
Talk to human beings. Talk to each other. Don't talk about them, talk around them and whatever. There's and sometimes it's a simple misunderstanding.
Yeah. Like if you want to talk Steve out of liking Creality Machines, please DM about it. If
you need a support group for Creality Machines, layer by layers there for you.
Yeah. But so we are 10:03, so we are past our time, but we have had a blast.
Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, we appreciate having you on.
We appreciate you coming on. It's been fun.
Did you want to plug your stuff?
Yeah.
Let's let her plug.
Can people find you?
Like no one in here, everyone in here knows.
Yeah.
But this maybe 10 years in the future, someone's watching this and they're like, "Holy crap!"
Twitch.tv/Pezliz. My schedule is there. I stream Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. So every day but Tuesdays and Thursdays, pretty much. I'm on lots of different Discords. I'm Pezliz on all socials, and I'll be at as many events and shows as possible. I'm just trying to be someone that's guiding people along their journey as I'm going along my journey in this hobby.
Yeah. So if you haven't had the pleasure of meeting Pez in person, she's going to be at 3D Printopia with all of us that are going to be there in a few short weeks. So stop by her booth and say hi. And show her your maker chips.
Yep.
Maker
chips.
Other things. Chips. Maker chips.
What did he say?
Maker chips.
He said maker coins.
I think I heard coin.
Did I say coins? So I'm old school though. I've been doing this for a long time, and we made maker coins for years.
I will be happy to see your maker coin.
It's so hard. Maker chips. If you have maker coins too, that's fine too. There's no discrimination. But
you heard chips. People heard chips. Yeah, I just imagined it now. This is the latest someone's gonna tweet that.
Yep.
Moji, Pezliz versus Moji.
Maker chips, guys. Let's do maker chips. Sorry, I misspoke.
Steve's like, I have nothing to do with this latest controversy.
He's like, staying out of it.
Listen, we all know my history with maker chips, so we don't need to rehash that right now.
So, should we raid into zombie?
Yeah, find someone to raid in.
Yeah, raid into zombie. We'll make him give away some polymaker filament.
Let's raid into zombie.
Once again, guys, thank you all for coming out and hanging out.
Yes,
we appreciate it as usual. We will be back next week. Next week, I think we have Cookie Cad next week.
Cookie Cad.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think we have Cookie Cad next week. I just gotta do some confirmations.
Yep.
But yeah, Cookie Cad, and then the week after that we have a special guest, someone new to the community.
Yeah.
That a lot of people don't know.
Well, you know him. You just don't. You don't know you know him.
Yeah.
Like you probably have used his
Santa Claus.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah,
they probably have used. You just don't know.
Yeah, and don't know that you use this product. Number one.
Mysteries
Number two, you're probably gonna want to know him after we introduce him.
Yes.
So,
awesome guy.
He might get like flooded. Hopefully, he gets like tons of new followers and people are like, "Oh my gosh, dude, you're amazing."
Awesome.
So, that one would be pretty cool.
Thank you, and thank you everyone for being there here in chat and having lots of fun.
Yep.
We appreciate it.
See you guys
have
next
a good
week.
night.
All right.
And we will see you in the Discord.
Thank you, Liz.
Thanks, Liz.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.